Hey everyone, I'm going to try not to get starstruck, but I have with me actor and celebrity trainer Grant Roberts with me today. And I know that you have trained people like Hilary Swank for $1 Million Baby, I think Invictus. My gosh, the list goes on. Try to give us a little rundown on some of these movies and the training you did.
Well, the latest was 1517 to Paris.
That's right, Clint Eastwood.
We just wrapped that movie. What was fascinating about that story, it's the first time they actually took the real actors, the real kids, and they're portraying themselves in the movie. What people don't know about that story is the lead, Spencer Stone, actually was a little bit heavy, to put it politely. That's why he joined the Army in the first place.
Really?
And it went through the ordeal, and then we had the big moment on the train where they thwarted the terrorist attack. After that, he sort of came back into public life and got a little larger again. So when the movie deal signed, they called me, and we got Spencer back into movie shape.
Well, what's it like working with actors that are technically out of shape, or maybe they're trying to get into a particular shape for a particular role? Mm-hmm. How do you tackle that?
You know, it's part psychology, part therapist, part trainer, part nutritionist, part lifestyle management coach, all of the above. It's a 24-hour-a-day job, especially we have a very limited amount of time. For example, Hilary Swank, we did all of that in 9 weeks. So she put on 30 pounds of lean mass while losing about 5% body fat in a 9-week period. With Spencer in the last one, 1517 to Paris, I think I had 8 weeks. So it's a tight time frame. So it's a very concentrated effort. So you've got to dial it all in, especially nutrition.
Now, when you have to use an actor, or let's say Spencer, who is not an actor.
Correct.
Do you have to drag these people out of bed at 5 a.m. or what do you do?
Well, that's when I'll walk away from the project because I have a vested interest in this as well.
Sure.
And if they're not taking my time seriously, then we have a problem. My job is to make sure that doesn't happen and find out how to motivate them.
Well, okay. Now, 1517 to Paris.
Very motivated, by the way. Spencer was great.
Oh, yeah. And, being a Clint Eastwood movie, and we know that Clint has always been pretty fit his whole life.
Incredibly fit.
What's that like working with him and knowing that he believes in physical fitness?
I think initially it was maybe a little surreal, but we've now been friends for close to 20 years, so we're just buddies.
Yeah.
And I don't realize he's Clint Eastwood until we go out to a restaurant, and then you go, oh yeah, you're actually Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
But he lives the life. He's got more gym equipment than I own, and I own a lot of gyms. All of his houses are full of gym equipment. He's got his nutrition dialed. Well, it speaks for itself. He's had a huge career, 87 years old, and in amazing shape. Can still do pull-ups, can still do dips. Incredible.
Well, amazing. Now, I understand that you have a children's foundation. Let's talk about that for a moment.
It's called Healthy Student Bodies, and it really is talking about the correlation between exercise and academic achievement. Nutrition plays a huge role in that too, whether we're talking about the full spectrum of vitamins and minerals and aminos and omegas to help cognitive development as it goes. But the real premise is moving. So we find that neurogenesis and neuroplasticity, say 10, 20 years ago, scientists would have said the number of brain cells you have is the number of brain cells you have, and that's it. That's not true.
That's not true.
In order to increase them, we need to introduce oxygen in blood. How do you do that? Exercise. So when we were kids, we had it dialed in. We rode our bikes to school, we ran around at recess, we ran around at lunchtime. Kids don't do that anymore.
And we went outside to play, or our parents told us to go outside and play.
Yeah, there wasn't a choice.
No video games back then.
Yeah, so I often, make a lot of jokes about kids today. People will take their kids to school in a van thinking they're doing them a favor. And I always say, well, fat kids are really hard to kidnap. So make them walk.
Well, and I think we need to do that now, is to encourage the new generation, in a way, to get outside and at the same time eat right.
Right.
We have a childhood obesity problem, and it comes down to the parents.
It comes down to the parents. It comes to all of us. We need to be role models because parents can't sit on the couch and the kid goes, well, why do I have to go outside and play?
Right.
So we all have to participate, but we all have to understand that it's a lifestyle. It's not a single thing. It's not exercise. It's not nutrition. It's not get your sleep. It's all of the above. And the foundation tries to address that. And most importantly, it shows there's a direct connection between academic achievement and living that lifestyle. Grade scores improve dramatically.
Well, let me ask you this. Were you an actor before you became a trainer, or was trainer first?
I was an athlete, then a trainer, and people threw me bones because they were happy with what I did.
Really? Mm-hmm. So now you also have a nutritional type program?
I do.
What is that about?
It's about delivering all the essential elements of nutrition, so it's a full spectrum, but I also quantify it with some technology that I have. I've invested in different companies. So we do 3D scanning, we do body composition, so we look at actual change through defined parameters, right? It's not about losing weight or gaining weight.
Right.
I don't like that term. It's talking about losing fat or excess fat or putting on lean muscle, making sure we're identifying exactly what's happening. We look at each leg, each arm, and your core separately, so we're really looking at it. We create a 3D model of you. We can line up your avatars before and after and quantifiably show you what happened. And for the studios, they love it. Like right now, I can't really talk in great detail, but
sure.
I'm preparing somebody for a new superhero movie, and the 3D modeling has been amazing, and it also helped us to design the suit for him that he'll be wearing in the movie.
Wow, I've never thought about that. Technology has just grown in areas that we would have never even dreamed about.
Technology is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Like the phone, it slows us down, or it can be used as a great tool if we use it right.
Well, let me ask you this. There are so many diets out there, and everybody's saying, oh, the paleo's a good one, the vegan's a good one, and now everybody's jumped on this, the ketogenic diet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, when you look at all of these things,
mm-hmm.
and the things that you do to implement for someone's life,
mm-hmm.
to create their program,
mm-hmm.
what do you kind of lean towards?
Well, it's individualization is really the key element. Sometimes I'm leading somebody up, sometimes we're putting muscle mass on somebody. So there's not one singular answer, and the body can never really, its job is to try to adapt.
Yeah.
So keto plays a role, paleo plays a role, carb loading plays a role, all of that plays a role in a time and a place. And so I'm more interested in nutrient timing more than anything, making sure that we're delivering all of the full spectrum, making sure there's no deficiencies whatsoever. And I guess that's really the best way to say it. So I have a program called Unified Lifestyle.
Okay.
And if I had to put it into a box and said this, if I wanted to simplify it, it's a 5-2 system. 5 days of trying to be in ketosis and 2 days of loading, and then repeating the cycle over and over and over again.
Oh, okay. Well, let me ask you this. And for the weekend warrior,
mm-hmm.
not a movie star, just people like me. We want to try to work out 5 days a week. Me, I like to kind of try to go 6. In your mind, for a weekend warrior or those that just go to the gym every day, what kind of exercise do you recommend? Do you recommend like a 1 hour a day? I've got a friend of mine that he likes to do a 2 a day. He's 63. He does cardio in the morning. He will lift weights at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But we're all different.
Great question. And I think the two spectrums are where people sort of get out of whack. Undertraining or overtraining. Mm-hmm. In my system, a lot of times I'll do 4 days of strength training, and we'll implement cardio training as well. I separate those two. I never train them together. There's two separate systems and distinct systems. Cardiovascular training and anaerobic training really don't mix. If there was, there'd be that category.
Right.
And so, again, it gets back to the nutrient timing aspect of it, where we're delivering you the tools you need to train. And when we wrap up the post-workout, which is the incredible opportunity at the end of a workout where you're very sensitive, receptive to the nutrition to get you the goal that you want.
Oh, that is fantastic. Now, I know that being in the film industry, you can't really talk about a lot of upcoming projects, but out of everyone you've ever trained, who would you consider your greatest success story?
Probably the most public is Hilary for the movie, because she won the Oscar and we got a lot of attention. But I would say I've had just, Joe Public come into my facilities and have greater results, and the public will never know, but that's not why I'm doing it.
I got you. I got you. Well, Grant, now how can people find more about you, your programs, and even your foundation? Where can they go?
Probably granitgym.com. That's one of my facilities here in Beverly Hills down the road. And then from there, you should be able to find all the other tools.
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing your knowledge.
My pleasure.
Trying to give us an inside look to the movies.
And good luck to you in your future.
Hey, thank you so much, Grant. And stay with us, because we'll be right back after this.